Assalamu alaikum. Um, I don't understand why some black men are obsessed with stereotyping their own women as being um, angry, ghetto black women. I find that very odd. And why are you coming on my page and watching my video and branding me to be an angry black woman because I'm telling all women and also Muslim women to go out there and live their life? Was it because I was smacking gum? It just so happened I had gum in my mouth. Was it because I spoke with confidence about what I believed in? I just find that very odd. Like, I want to tell you something about me, about Salam Sabi. Salam Sabi does not get herself involved in that why do some black men dislike black women. That is not my mindset. I am not mentally ill. I do not spend my time bashing the black men. Yes, there are issues within the black community which I blame both of the men and the women, not just bashing the women. The women don't get pregnant by themselves. Last time I checked, most of us can't afford artificial insemination, so we do it the natural way. So there's an issue with black women wanting to raise kids on their own, and there's an issue with black men not wanting to be around. So it takes two to tango. You can't win a dance concert all by yourself when it takes two to tango. So I'm just saying that. Please don't put me in that stereotype of the angry black woman. Why do people assume because you're a black woman that you're automatically angry and you have a nasty attitude? That's not always necessarily true. I know chicks who are raised in the hood who are actually very pleasant females, and I know chicks who are raised in the suburbs who are just horrible people to be around. They actually want to be hood themselves, even though they were raised in the suburbs. I don't know why you would want to have that type of people branding you with that type of reputation. I think that's kind of weird. But anyways, I think you have to have a lot of problems with yourself to sit there and to bash your own race. I think that that's some type of sickness. I think it relates back to slavery and how basically you're a result of 300 and something plus years of slavery, Jim Crow, crack, like, all of these epidemics and just these terrible things that happened within the African American community, and not just really in America, in South America and in Africa. I mean, all indigenous people and people of color have gone through a lot, and it's just awkward how somebody will watch my video where I'm trying to empower black women, and all of a sudden you start spewing this hate that is really alien to me. I'm going to be honest with you. The majority of black men I've met have been really nice and very laid back, but I've also met a few who are not very responsible adults, especially fathers. There's something lacking there when it comes to being a responsible man. And the females seem to think that they can do it all on their own. So one is overly responsible and one is like a child who doesn't want to take responsibility for anything. As you can see, they're both extremes and there is no balance. So I'm about to tell you something about me. My mother and father are pro-black without being pro-black. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I grow up in a household where there was black was just black. Black people had issues, but my father never stood there and bashed black women. Even when he had bad experiences, he never sat there and said, "Oh, I cannot stand the black woman. The black woman is this, and the black woman is ghetto, and the black woman is fat, and the black woman is this, and she's this and this and that." Never. I've heard my father not like a female, but not because she was necessarily black. My mother never bashed black men. She never said anything negative about it. My parents are divorced, of course, but like, I never heard my mom stand there and said, "Oh, black men are just no good." Maybe because my parents are from the islands. They're not American. So they just see blackness in a completely different way that people in this country see it. Personally, then this man had the nerve to sit there and say, "Oh, I married, or I was married to the stereotypical thug." Excuse me, I don't come from a family of thugs. My father is not a thug. My mother is not a hood rat or a educated black woman who chases thugs around. I'm sorry, I don't come from that type of family. My grandfather was a very hard working man in his country, and my uncles and most of my cousins are not thugs. Like, I have a few cousins who are, but that's because they got sucked in, and that's their problem. I just find that very odd how you would assume that I would be with a thug. What is a thug going to do for me? Okay. I love it when people say, "Oh, you want a thug." My father wasn't a thug, so why would I be attracted to a thug? Never. Even in high school, I was never attracted to bums. They just never turned me off. They just never turned me on. One, what am I going to see in a man who has little to no education, who can't keep a real job, who has a nasty attitude towards not just women but also towards other people, who has no proper etiquette, who just in general, to me, all a thug is a walking dirty penis. And when I say thug, I'm not talking about the dude who wears wife beaters and baggy pants and hangs around on the street. That's just one type of thug. A thug can graduate from Harvard University and be well spoken and eloquent and be a dirty bum. Why do people relate your level of education to your character? That has absolutely nothing to... I have met people who have doctorates who are no better than the thug who you see posting up on the corner selling dope. Okay? No thank you. I don't do dope dealers. I don't do hood dudes. I don't do that. That's not my thing. So when people sit there and try to put me in that stereotype of Bunquita and Shanae and all of these other really horrible stereotypes, I have to tell you, no, I'm sorry. I was raised in a two-parent household, and even when my parents were divorced, my father loved me to death, and till this day he still does. And it makes absolutely no sense why I would be attracted to the complete opposite of my father. So to sit there and to stereotype me as the angry black woman is a waste of my time. I've never been angry. What am I angry about? I'm single. I don't have any kids. I'm free to move around. I went to college. I love my friends. I love my family. I'm very laid back by nature. Actually, I've always been a quiet person, always been very shy and laid back. So why would I be snapping my neck and curling my tongue and giving, ugly faces and doing all types of stuff? That's never been cute. So it's not cute to me. My mother doesn't roll her head and snap her tongue. It really is how you're raised and what environment you're in. I spent some time in the hood, but I never came out that way because my parents refused. And they weren't having no Bonifa as their daughter, and of course I didn't come out that way, and that's just not the stereotype. There are black women who are well educated and are just decent human beings, but they're picking these bottom barrel dudes who aren't really about. It's kind of like you have a penis who plays Xbox and PlayStation 3. I mean, just like I said, I would rather be cold and alone before I settle for some bottom barrel dude. And I'm sorry, a bottom barrel dude is also a dude who has something against black women. To me, you're a bottom barrel dude. Why would I want my children around a man who doesn't even think positively about his own race? That's crazy. I'm not gonna waste my time with that. I'm better than that, honey. No, I'm just being honest with you. And black women have nasty attitudes. Actually, you are who you attract. Most of my black friends, which is the majority of my friends and family, are very laid back. They're very nice sisters. And sometimes I feel that black men have been programmed to just dislike the black woman. Like, it's just been programmed in them. Look, don't like full lips, don't like dark skin, don't like kinky hair. You need to like Holly Berry. You need to like any woman who looks like she's either Spanish or a mulatto. And you need to like, anything that is more favored towards Caucasians. That's what you will like. And I just think it's bred into a lot of black men. And I'm sorry to say, it wasn't bred into me. It did not happen to me because, yeah, I've met plenty of busted black men, but I still know for a fact that there are still plenty of good black men, out there who are decent men. I don't believe that all black men are screwed up. And I also don't believe that all black women are screwed up. That's a very negative way to look at life. If you're obsessed with bashing the black woman, I think that means that something happened to you personally, and you probably pick the black woman who's very attractive but has a very nasty attitude. And I hate to say it, but that's your problem. You need to start looking more on the inside than just staring at the outside. Just being honest with you. I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't have that type of negative view of my people. I guess it's because my family came from the islands and they're just naturally pro-black. They grew up around black people. So they just don't have any of those black men are this and black women are that. I mean, come on now. Those are for birds. Feed those breadcrumbs to the birds, okay? I'm not trying to hear it. I don't know. To just like stop trying to put every black woman in a box. And also stop trying to put every black man in a box. That's basically all I have to say. And please, people, I mean, it really is a disease, and sad to say there is no cure. Assalamu alaikum. Bye, guys.